What's up, everybody? Hope you're well, wherever you are. Rico.toro. Been a little rough for a couple of days. I'm still rough. So, I pride myself on going like 26 months, more or less, living here, and have never been sick with the common grippe, basically the flu. Grippe, or dengue fever, or everything else. So yeah, I've been had a little case of the grippe, and treated just like the flu. Cough medicine, sore throat medicine, decongestants, rest, whatever. So, shout out to Minnesota and all the Midwest. Shout out to South Carolina and North Click and the whole Southeast region. And shout out to Texas and the Southwest. And Washington State and the Pacific Northwest. So yeah, we just shed some light on some other areas that are often overlooked but never forgotten. Not to be forgotten. So, hope all of y'all are well. So I got kind of two topics I'm going to talk about a little bit today. All right. The first one is a couple real simple ways to tell if your turn, meaning your lady, your for temporary, has a real boyfriend, Dominican boyfriend, and also we're gonna revisit the respect and machismo thing, because you know what, I watch a lot of different kinds of content. I watch some relationship and mainstream dating videos and stuff, and one thing on that note, this might make some guys, if you're a little sensitive, I don't care. But it might make some guys get a little bit uptight. But one of the video, the guy was basically saying that, and he had women on there, and there's a psychology factor into this involved too. But it was basically about how men that have not had strong male role models, either their fathers, their uncles, or older brothers that have learned the right way. Men that have not learned about dating and about relationships with women from other men before them, that were basically raised by single mothers, or just a lot of times they're more likely to be simps. They're more likely to be over coddling and caring, and because our old school mothers, they cannot teach men or raise men to basically be able to handle today's women, or tomorrow, the women of the future, because they're a whole different breed. So, we'll come back to the machismo part and all that. So, oh yeah, shout out Jamaica and the rest of the Caribbean, Puerto Rico, U.S. Virgin Islands, Guyana, St. Croix, Trinidad. Shout out to all y'all too. A lot of y'all coming this way. Some of y'all live here. Much respect for y'all too. So, had this one turn well, she was my turn for a while. She could have been like number one on the squad, which is pretty select. Young, you know what, I'm just going to take a left and not worry about the whole corporate and monetization thing on this one probably. So I'm going to put it like it is. This chick's pussy was like sweet pineapples, young, fine, like 1985 Cabernet wine, sweet like pineapples. So, you know, I've seen her a little while and then a couple times, and super chill type, you know, corrected me on my bad Spanish. You know, seem to understand words that most Dominicans don't use, and anyways, had her stuff together somewhat. Well, one time, it's probably like third or fourth time seeing her. I'm outside when she arrives, and she gets off a motor concho. She doesn't ask me to pay for it. She doesn't pay him anything. She tells him to wait. She doesn't live in Sosua. She's like 25 minutes away toward Puerto Plata. So, you know, I'm like, oh no. The boyfriend on the moto concho is waiting. Oh no, that ain't cool. But, came inside, had a quick drink, and got down to business, as usual. Handled things. So, fast forward, time or two after that, a car pulls up and had the audacity to park like they live in this building. In this building! Which this might be my last video in this building. Because Monday, Tuesday, officially, I'm moving to the other building. I've been stopping by, checking on things, putting some stuff in there. But there's a whole lot of trade-offs between the two apartments. You know, the new one's a lot bigger. Got some things like hot water running throughout, not just in the shower. It's got a few nice things, extras. But furniture's a little better in this one. The pool outside area is a little better to look at. Anyway, sorry, I digressed. So, anyways, the chick pulls up in a car, or she's the passenger. The car parks like they live here. I'm like, whoa, what is this? What is this? Oh, she said that's an Uber driver. You know, he's gonna wait. Again, doesn't ask me for any money for the car. Doesn't pay anything, I don't think. I couldn't tell behind the tinted glass. And so me, being a shit talker sometimes, so I'm like, okay. Tu novio tiene carro. Tu novio trabaja para Uber ahora mismo. Your moto concho upgraded to a job with Uber. Good for him. Shout out to that brother. So, again, we had fun. We tossed and turned. We wrestled. We danced, and then she left. So, okay, that's my own case, because this is the rico.toro, real life experiences, personal observations. I'm no expert. These are my experiences and opinions. Disclaimer. Most of the Latin community agrees with me most of the time. I'll leave it at that. So anyways, I had to cut her loose after that because that just bothered me. That just like got under my skin too much. It was too weird, you know. But that's from my own experience. One side, like, yeah, okay, probably got a boyfriend, you know, and that's one of the signs, the transportation thing, you know, because at her age, you know, she was very young, you know, like she was legal but very young, you know, old enough to vote, you know, old enough to go in the military. So the age factor, if they're young, super cute, and I didn't meet her in Sosua. I met her in her barrio. So if you never see them in Sosua, you never see them really posting anything online or whatever, and you have their information and contacts, they're real private like that about it, chances are they do have a boyfriend, and they just dip when they dip. So, another thing, if they hold out on you sexually, well, there's different types. Some girls, the money will make them do whatever, whenever. You can bust in their ear if that's your freaky fetish. You can, slap them with the broomstick. You can, whatever. A few out there will let you, there are no boundaries. They will do whatever for the cost. But most aren't like that. And then on the flip side, there are those select few that are relatively inexperienced and have not done certain things, have not done certain acts. Maybe they haven't taken it in all three holes. Maybe, maybe they've never had the toma algo moment, maybe they've never, drank the leche. So they may not be holding out, but may have just not been there. But the majority, from my experience, if you've taken your turn, the turnstile spinning, if you've had them in and out of the turnstile, the washer machine, a few spin cycles over time, and sometimes, you may up the game, up the ante. They may throw you a little something new, let you try some new stuff that you haven't done. Sometimes for a little extra donation. Other times, just because they want to, or just because they're comfortable. Not because they want to always. Sometimes they're comfortable enough to you to go to a new place, to go to a new level. And then the other ones, they're just holding out. They're those that just hold out. Like, you're pretty sure they've done certain things before. You can kind of tell by the way they do everything else that they've probably done a lot of other things. And the one that just will not let you go to a higher level. I mean, it could be something as simple as like just kissing her. Kissing's a very intimate thing. I don't condone like tonguing hookers down in the street, not judging. But hey, if you've been taking your turnstile, over and over a while with somebody, y'all might have some sort of little bit of connection that, there may be maybe a little bit of kissing going on there. And so, but the one that's one of the things though that they may hold out forever, or, they may abide by all the covered rules, which I encourage safety practices. They may, not offer up that or allow that third hole. Some of these things may be reserved for the boyfriend. They're holding out. They reserve some things just for the boyfriend. And I'm guessing, I had this conversation with a friend the other night. It was like, I said, do you think the boyfriends have rules? Like some of the boyfriends probably say, okay, we know you're gonna go with gringos for money, but I don't want you to do this, or this. That's just for me. And we're like, some probably do that, and that goes in and out the girls' ears sometimes. Some girls are here to that, and some of the boyfriends don't know, don't want to know, don't give a damn as long as she's paying the moto payment or helping or paying the rent for their family when it's due. Assuming he's not. Because some of the dudes, some of the boyfriends are carrying their own weight. They're doing their own thing. They just have the pimp's mentality. Shorty's gonna do what Shorty's gonna do. As long as she's bringing it the way I want it, so be it. There's no room for jealousy. Sometimes it's just sex is just a physical act, and there's no need for that. That jealousy and ownership on it, and we can just make our decisions whether or not we want to deal with them as men. We own our decisions, and what is it? I said this before. I only own my word and my decisions. And when I've decided, I've decided. So, we're going to go to the thing about the machismo thing. So, from my observations in Dominican Republic, hit that thumbs up. If you hadn't already, y'all mad late. Hit the thumbs up. Show some love. Subscribe if you haven't already. So I think there's an order, for non-Dominicans. The Dominican woman is going to find herself showing a little bit of respect for other Latin men that she may meet. That's that telepathy and empathy, sympathy, all that. Communication. And then second to that, she may find herself having a certain level of respect for the West Indian brothers, the brothers from non-Spanish speaking Caribbean countries. And it comes down to culture. It comes down to culture because both the Latin culture, Dominican culture and the rest of Latin culture, as well as West Indian culture, the man is always the man. The man is the king of the castle. And that's just it. And the women see that. You don't even have to be able to speak Spanish for them women. You don't even have to speak Spanish to the women for them to see that. I've seen it with some of the West Indian brothers, how they move and how especially those that have wives or serious girlfriends here. I see how the women respect them. It's because man, and my father-in-law, when I was married, my father-in-law is Panamanian. And some things I learned from watching him, how to deal with my ex-wife. And basically, when his wife would nag too much, or the other women, because sometimes the aunts were around too, when they'd be running their mouth or something, he'd basically come in the room, pound his chest. He'd wear 4 chains, especially if he was drunk. He was out of his mind, crazy with it. Well, he'd wear like 4 chains, and he'd just be like, you know, yeah, cállate. I'm from Medellin, Panama. And he would get this look. Everybody would just get quiet. Everybody would just get quiet. Oliver, have a seat. I'll make you a sandwich. Just, and I didn't go that crazy with my ex-wife, but I did learn some things about putting the foot down, because some guys are taught all their lives, many men that are raised mostly by women are taught to be kind, to be gentle, to be caring, to be nice. Those are important qualities. But the nice part is not that important, because they'll like you if you're nice. But do you want them to like you because you're nice, or respect you because you're the fucking man? And a lot of, I have a friend here that I watch how he talks to the girls on his team. He doesn't try to control them from what they do away from him. They do what they got to do. But he is very good at getting out of them what he wants from them. And he's confided in. He's got some bizarre shit that he likes to do with some of these girls. And I hope to never receive a video from him again of a little clip of something, with one of these girls. So, but, he basically talks to them. He talks to them like just real directly. This is how it is. This is what I want you to do. This is what I'm about. And, he don't mess around. He comes at them hard. And yet, whenever I see him chilling, I've seen this in public, him really putting them in their places. And then I've seen him just chilling sometimes, with one of his turns. And because they're not our girls, just our turn. So, and I can sincerely tell that a couple of these, they are really in love with that dude. They really are enamored by him. There's something really genuine that they have with him. And it's all because he demands the respect from them. And that's the thing. I had a Jamaican girlfriend in the States, and I never lied to her when I used to come down here. I was coming down here then while I was with her, and she asked me one time, she worked out in Westchester but lived in New Jersey, and so she was a nurse, so they had these weird rotating long hours and stuff. So sometimes she would come with luggage. I'd pick her up at the train, and she had this big pink bag once, and it's kind of heavy. She asked me to carry it, and I looked at her. I was like, "You lost your damn mind! I'm not carrying no damn pink bag. What do I look like?" And she's like, "Rico, enough with the macho bullshit." She said, "You're worse than my ex-husband." Her ex-husband was Jamaican. She says, "That's one of the things that turned me off and annoyed me the most about my ex-husband, that macho bullshit." And so I said, "Okay, I carry the bag." I said, when you get in the house, I'm gonna pour you a glass of wine. I got your favorite wine at home, and see, you got to reciprocate. I can't just slap her on the ass and tell her to make a sandwich and not occasionally serve her. So I'm like, all right, you know what? I'll pour you a glass of wine, and then make me a sandwich. and then just don't talk to me anymore. Just take a shower and take off your clothes. And she was like, she gave me this crazy look, and she says, I hate that macho bullshit, but I also find it kind of sexy, you know, at times. So she threw my back out that night. So, point is, gotta make them respect you. Respect. Not like you. Respect you. You know, by, you know, it's not all about money. It's not all about, you know, regardless of what's involved, money's always involved. But regardless of what's involved, it's still about respect. If you're going to see them repeatedly, over time and over time and over time, why would you waste your time with somebody that doesn't respect you? You know, why would you do that? You know, that's what a palomo would do. That's what a cabron would do. So, if you want to see your turn, the turnstile, the dishwasher, the spin cycle over and over and over, make them respect you. Subscribe if you haven't already. Rico.t.toro.